together to talk about influencers is that Impact is a technology platform, and what we do is we focus on bringing brands together with influencers and track the kind of the performance and allow brands to pay influencers based on performance, where performance is a business outcome, so a sale. So in this world of influencer marketing, there's been questions around, you know, how well is the space working? It's clearly growing. It's clearly a massive opportunity for brands. But how well is it working in driving sales?
Junita.
Junista.
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 Sorry. And Cecile. And Laurent as well from Narrators. Maybe we can start with you, Junista, explaining like how do we become an influencer? Like, you know, how does everything start? Because I remember like you have a few passions around like you mentioned makeup and a bit of also parenting. So it would be good to get a bit more about like your background. How did you start?
My name is Junisa and I'm an influencer. I start because I love anything about beauty, fashion and lifestyle, and I'm glad if I can share with my followers about the information after I test the products, and then I'm just love about anything about beauty and fashion.
How many posts per day do you usually do? Like depends or?
Oh, it depends. Usually it's 1 to 3 posts per day.
Okay.
Yes, and then we can make a video content about the video beauty, and then story almost every day.
What about you?
Okay, my name is Cecilia. Because I love this job, patient, so I can while working and while doing the things that I enjoy. So I love food. I love the skincare cosmetics products. While where I used to buy, sometimes things is so expensive, but I can get it for free and get paid.
Guys, you might need to just speak up a little bit.
All right.
Yes, just a little bit difficult down this.
4 years old, 3.5 years old, and he has two objectives, two missions in life. The first one is take care of these guys, right? They put long hours. They don't have relationships with brands directly. It's tough for them to meet brands. How do I get a brief? How do I work with an agency or with a brand? So we created a tech-enabled agency to facilitate their life and to reward them for their hard work, right? That's one of our two core missions. The second mission is the same as you guys, it's impact, right? It's to deliver value, and the value can be expressed in different categories for the brands that work with us. Yeah? Those can be content creation, those can be reach, social media engagements, traffic, and sales, right? So Narrators really comes from these two core missions, with a tech layer to facilitate the execution at scale.
How many influencers currently do you have like in among Narrators? Like?
Yeah, so we have a database of 1.5 million influencers across the markets we operate in. We operate across Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, Korea, and Taiwan today.
And would you say there's similar, like some similarities in terms of influencer behavior across the region, especially from, and then compared to what we do in Indonesia?
Yes, so similarities, yes, and differences. So the motivation, it always starts for the great majority of them with a passion point, right? A passion point, you know, for which they thrive and work. What differs from market very often is the creativity, actually, of influencers. So, which is also dictated by the cultural framework in which you operate. You know, so I don't know. We do campaigns in South America. There's a lot of nudity. A lot of girls wear very little things. In Malaysia, in Indonesia, less so. right? So with these codes, the creativity, of course, has boundaries that are different. The rest is really how do I work with brands? How do you make me look good with my audience? We were just discussing the enabling influencers to reward their audience with giveaways is something that is very well received by influencers and their audience. So in a brief, think about how you make them look good and useful to their audience. Yeah, so that I guess is pretty universal.
Electronic device,
Yep.
some e-commerce website as well.
Yep.
Will influencer marketing work for them as well? Or does that work for them as well? You want to take it?
Can we take that? Yes. So yeah. So the TV ad dollars, the traditional PR ad dollars shifting to influence is really from FMCG brands mostly. Right? We work with Lazada, for instance, pure e-commerce, pure affiliate model. Choose influencers that will be rewarded first and foremost for the traffic. So there's a reward per unique visitor sent to their site, and for conversion, X% depending on the product category. In the case of Lazada, it's 5 to 15% of sales rewarding the influencer, right? Provided the attribution can be, the conversion can be attributed. So yes, it works as well. The pilot we've done with Lazada in Malaysia, the numbers I can share with you, we've seen from a swipe up 0.85% of this traffic ending up on the site, and this traffic, 6% of them converted into sales, right? For that particular pilot, and it was on a panel of various products, ranging from beauty to electronics. Yeah? So it does work. What I should say is that for these guys, for it to work, it has to convert, right? The pay-per-post model or the pay-per engagement model that we used in narrators, we have a performance model, right? We pay for the content creation, but they receive more or less money based on the engagements their posts generate, right? So they're very tight to the performance, their rewards very tight to the performance of their posts. In a pure affiliation model, they have to find a similar, if not bigger, right, reward on a pure performance basis. And convincing them that it's worth their time will take some time, right? If it's a known product, right, a very specific, very niche audience that you're after, is it worth their time? Is this worth their effort? Will they see a reward in it? Right? So it is a user journey we have to take everybody through, from posting, probably rewarding for this post, identifying the traffic generated, the conversion of this traffic into sales, sharing all these numbers, identifying the best pool of influencers, delivering the best results, and only keeping those that are happy to work on this model moving forward. Because through these tests, we've demonstrated that it's worth their time, right? And it's also worth our money as brands and clients.
So would you say that now the industry in general is moving from a pure CPM model into something more
right? Because it's fairly new, that your followers will not be able to see the points model, even for these vanity metrics, right? So we have an algorithm.
Like if you ask normal people, like nobody, if you ask about them second-hand online,
I'm coming first-hand.
we not sure.
I mean, like, because I got invited from LinkedIn, right? somebody's reaching out to me on LinkedIn about moving part for at least for Zalora, because like we exist in 6 markets. And then our regional is in Singapore.
directly with any influencer that you want to give him like